A climate change conference entitled Vegan Organic for Prosperity and to Save the Planet from Climate Change was held on October 22, 2009 in Jakarta, the capital city of Indonesia. The purpose of the conference was to raise awareness on the grave issues of global warming and the most effective and key solution to halt it in its tracks, the vegan diet. Participating dignitaries included Indonesia's Assistant Minister for Economics and Poverty Alleviation, Ms. Sri Hudiastudi. Also speaking as presenters were Ms. Hira Jamtani, an associate of the Third World Network based in Bali, Indonesia, Indonesian naval physician Dr. Anton Budiono, and Professor Aras Ananta, senior researcher at the Institute of Southeast Asian Studies in Singapore. Guest of honor Supreme Master Ching Hai graciously answered questions from the distinguished audience members on topics such as the vegan trend to stop global warming and ways to implement organic vegan farming. We now invite you to join us for part 5 of the 8-part rebroadcast of the video conference with Supreme Master Ching Hai entitled Vegan Organic for Prosperity and to Save the Planet from Climate Change, held on October 22, 2009 on Jakarta, Indonesia.
We now begin today's question and answer session with Supreme Master Ching Hai.
Okay, now our first question is coming from Mr. Budi Harto, a wildlife activist at Cikananga Sanctuary. He is also a Shining World Compassion Award recipient for his compassionate work with animals.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Yang saya hormati Supreme Master Ching Hai. Selamat sore.
Selamat siang.
Master yang saya hormati, makanan saya sehari-hari memang lebih banyak dengan sayur-sayuran, walaupun sebenarnya saya belum menjadi seorang vegetarian murni. Saya selama ini tidak makan daging karena memang saya adalah seorang aktivis pada Pusat Penyelamatan Satwa Liar dan juga saya otomatis juga adalah seorang pecinta satwa. Setelah saya membaca buku dan majalah yang diberikan oleh asosiasi Anda di Indonesia dan juga setelah saya menerima salah satu award yaitu Shining World Compassion Award, saya lebih mengerti mengapa orang-orang memilih hidup vegetarian untuk menyelamatkan bumi. Master yang saya hormati, pertanyaan saya adalah, Master, mohon berbagi ide dengan kami bagaimana membuat gaya hidup vegan menjadi lebih populer di masyarakat kami dan menjadi tren positif untuk semua lapisan masyarakat. Atau dengan kata lain, bagaimana gaya hidup vegan menjadi lebih membumi di masyarakat Indonesia. Karena yang terasa memang agak gaya hidup vegan masih menjadi komunitas-komunitas tertentu. Terima kasih.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Budi Harto. Budi included Budi Harto. Your name means you have Buddha in you, huh? Budi is a Buddha. You look like a Buddha also. First of all, thank you for your caring work on behalf of the wild animals. God bless you for that. I'm glad to be able to tell you that with all the available foods and recipes nowadays, it's very easy to be vegan. You can do it. I'm sure of that. Now that you know why. Like most of people of the world, you are not informed about the reason and the cruelty behind that harmless looking piece of meat that we consume. It's just another step in expressing your love for the animals to be veg, which I can see is already very great. Your question is how to make the vegan lifestyle become more and more popular as a positive trend for everybody in the society. Yes, that is surely the ideal, the goal, Mr. Budiharto. This is what we are working to do through Supreme Master Television and the efforts of our association members, airing programs and news about global warming and the vegan solution to benefit the people and the planet, as well as the distribution of information to reach the media and government representatives. If the governments recommend the vegan diet to halt global warming, you can imagine the level of response. But we can't afford to wait for the government or anyone else to create the trend. So we started now, first, by becoming vegan ourselves individually, and then letting everyone else know how easy and beneficial it is. Do you know some of the vegan advantages, Mr. Budiharto? Okay, I tell you, there are really so many. I hardly know where to start, but I will list here just a few for you and the audience. First, fitness. A study in India conducted using cardiovascular fitness tests on both vegetarian and non-vegetarian teenagers, found that vegetarians had greater endurance and fitness than the non-vegetarians. Second, performance. Vegan US Ironman triathlete Brandon Brazier, very famous, made a mix from the veg ingredients of ham, dry pea, and lentil powders, that's all, with all the necessary amino acids to make a complete protein. Brandon says these simple ingredients provide energy that has sustained him through many medals winning, with quick muscle recovery between the events. Third, strength. A Belgian study measuring athletic ability found that the vegetarians could complete a weightlifting exercise 69 times, while the meat eaters average only 38 times. Almost half. In Denmark, scientists compared the exercise stamina of 3 different diets, discovering that those who ate meat, milk, and eggs, fish, were only able to last 57 minutes. Those who consumed meat and vegetables were able to continue for 114 minutes. That's better already, yes? But the vegan diet, a person who consumes only vegan diet consists of grains, vegetables, and fruits, increased stamina to 167 minutes. Number 4, endurance. A test at Yale University in the USA compared the endurance of meat-eating athletes and vegetarians who normally did not even do any exercise at all. A normal person. Each person was given tests such as seeing how long they could hold out their arms like this. Only 13% of the meat eaters, 13%, 1-3, could hold their arms out for more than 15 minutes. And none of them reached 30 minutes. None. By contrast, over 68% of the vegetarians exceeded 15 minutes. Nearly 50% went over 30 minutes. And 28% went over 60 minutes. And one vegetarian person, was able to last for more than 3 hours. Yes? Compared to 15 minutes even. Not even 15 minutes. The meat eater could not even last 15 minutes. Fifth, intelligence. Scientists in the US measuring intelligence in children found that the IQ of vegetarian youths are significantly above average. And another study similarly of over 8,000 children conducted in the United Kingdom, England, discovered also that those with higher IQs at the age of 10 were more likely to be vegetarian as an adult, like around 30 years of age. So we also know of many prominent vegetarian and vegan historical figures known for their mental brilliance. The great mathematician and philosopher Pythagoras is vegetarian, as well as Albert Einstein. We all know who they are, right? Yes. There are other simple joys to the vegan lifestyle, such as not having to worry about elevated cholesterol, and in many cases we can even forget about heart disease and cancer. So, once we are successful in being vegan ourselves, with organic vegan being even better, by the way, we can start inviting others to join us. Ask your friends and colleagues over for dinner and lunch and introduce them to vegan dishes along the way. They can see for themselves how tasty and healthy it is. We can also pass out flyers that show the health and environmental advantages of being vegan, complete with all the famous, smart, beautiful, and strong examples of vegans, like movie stars, athletes, fitness training gurus, etc., etc. Yes. Meanwhile, you also can write to the government, school, and other important organizations to let them know the urgency of our climate and the importance of being veg, with any materials you need freely available from www.suprememastertv.com, or please ask our association member to help you. Besides the positive motivation for being vegan, you are helping address a very real need in our world at this time, Mr. Buriato. This is because our entire Earth is continuing to heat up from global warming, which scientists say is primarily caused by greenhouse gases emitted by the animal farms for the livestock industry. This activity of killing animals for meat has grown to vast proportions in many parts of the world outside of our eyes, causing immense suffering for countless animals, causing sickness to us humans, especially the children and the elderly. Yes. Along with land and water pollution, massive deforestation, loss of habitat for wildlife, which you try to protect, and human diseases that include bird and swine flu, mad cow disease, etc., etc. Meat production also means fishing, After billions of these underwater animals have been snatched from their homes and killed en masse, our oceans are now gravely imbalanced. The cumulative impact of all these destructive activities is really beyond measure. And experts such as the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change are continually revising their forecasts as they realize the Earth's decline from global warming is occurring much, much faster than anyone previously thought or predicted. Stopping meat and dairy consumption and fishing, poultry, or the animal product is the fastest and most effective way to cool our planet and halt these dangerous changes. And now that we also understand the immeasurable benefits for the organic vegan diet, we can simply step forward and implement this solution, which offers not only better personal health, but literally can save the entire planet, the entire world. This is how we continue to make the vegan lifestyle more popular So please join us, Mr. Budiharto, and become part of the trend to save our world. You can always ask for our assistance from different centers.
Thank you, Master, for your wise answer.
Some of the diseases related to meat consumption and/or production: Q fever, norovirus, swine flu,
Ebola reston virus. Cured meats and fish increase leukemia risk in children. Antibiotic-resistant superbug infections from a strain of Staphylococcus aureus.
blue tongue disease, E. coli, salmonella, bird flu, mad cow disease, or Creutzfeldt-Jakob disease, 90% of the population at risk, pig's disease, or PMWS, listeriosis, shellfish poisoning, preeclampsia, Campylobacter, Clostridium difficile, diseases hidden in healthy-appearing livestock.
Some of the costs of meat eating. Infertility. Eating just one serving of meat per day increases the risk of women's infertility by 32%, with additional meat consumption increasing the risk.
Heart disease. Over 17 million lives lost globally each year. Cost of cardiovascular disease is at least $1 trillion a year.
Cancer. Colon rectal cancer. Over 1 million new colon cancer patients diagnosed each year. More than 600,000 colon cancer-related mortalities annually. In the United States alone, colon cancer treatment costs about $6.5 billion. Millions of people are newly diagnosed with other meat-related cancers every year. Diabetes. 246 million people are affected worldwide. An estimated $174 billion spent each year on treatment in just the United States.
Obesity. Worldwide, 1.6 billion adults are overweight, with 400 million more who are obese. Costs $93 billion each year for medical expenses in the United States alone. At least 2.6 million people die annually from problems related to being overweight or obese. Environmental. Use up to 70% of clean water. Pollute most of the water bodies. Deforest the lungs of the earth. Uses up to 43% of the world's cereal. Uses up to 85% of the world's soy. Cause world hunger and wars. 80% cause of global warming. Plus more.
Some of the costs of milk consumption: cowpox from milking cows, bacterial microbes, pesticides, and enzymes found in cheese derived from the inner stomach linings of other animals. Up to 80% of the calories in cheese are from pure fat. Breast, prostate, and testicular cancer from hormones present in milk, listeria and Crohn's disease. Hormones in saturated fat leads to osteoporosis, obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. Linked to higher incidences of multiple sclerosis, classified as a major allergen, lactose intolerance, plus more. For more urgent information, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/killers.
Our next question, Master, comes from Ms. Hira Jamtani. She is a policy analyst and a writer on sustainable development and environmental issues. She is also a consultant for the Special Assistant to the Indonesian Minister of Environment.
Thank you.
Welcome, Ms. Hira Jamtani.
Supermaster Chikai. What is the farmers' role, especially small farmers in poor countries, in this entire spiritual and ecology movement concerning the vegan society? Can we help them so that their life will be more prosperous through this movement? Thank you.
Thank you, Madam, for your time and your concern. Good day to you. Yes, the small farmers have an important role to play. You're right to be concerned and want to help them, especially during this urgent time and in the future. They have a role in the veg trend to feed the world with nutritious and sustainable plant-based food. And wherever possible, our farmers should become organic vegan farmers to help restore the planet to healthy balance, while improving people's health and helping to stop the suffering of both humans and animals. I pray this will be multifold, noble role of all the farmers of the world. The climate scientists are advising us that we must cut our meat consumption if we want to save the planet. Because the animals' farms are too inefficient, too costly, depleting natural resources, polluting the environment, creating huge medical costs, water shortage, war hunger, and conflicts. In contrast to animal raising, growing organic vegetables, fruits, and legumes yield more and better nutrition, is harmonious for humans, animals, and the environment, and is more profitable. Organically farmed soy is also healthy and even absorbs a lot of the greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. In fact, if tillable land was globally used for organic farming, it would absorb 40% of all greenhouse gases, at least. Can you imagine? 40% will be absorbed by organic farming method. Then we have another 50% that will be cut off by abolishing animal industry. Then our planet will be healthy. Very simple, logical, scientific, and quick. Contrary to some beliefs, organic farming is quite profitable, and especially for small farmers. We have examples everywhere, and we have shown some of these examples on Supreme Master Television, where the farmers just sprinkle the seeds on the land, that's it. No water needed, no fertilizer needed, not much work to do even. You just sit there and wait for the rain to come, or even not rain much, then they will harvest, and harvest in abundance. Now, we have also multiple studies in the United States, India, and New Zealand. They all have confirmed this, that some of the reasons for the greater profit are that the production costs are lower than conventional farming. There are more crop varieties that could be rotated, such as corn, soybean, and alfalfa. Also, the organic system is naturally more resistant to drought than conventional farm system. In the United States, crop yields were at least the same and even up to 3 times higher than normal after the switch to organic vegetable farming. Can you imagine? We harvest 3 times more in the same piece of land if we do organic farming. At the same time, the environment is more protected. The produce is healthier and tastier. The good news is more and more people are realizing the many benefits of organic vegan products, making it a trend in many countries and many cities, including Indonesia. Besides, we are facing a food shortage with high food prices. Small farmers can help us develop our economies in a better direction that is no longer dominated and hampered by the meat industry. The United Nations announced that as of 2009, the world is now seeing the highest number of hungry people in 4 decades. To be exact, there are 1.02 billion people with not enough food in the world. Hungry, yeah? 1.02 billion people hungry in the world right now. That is 1 in every 6 person, including children, elderly, women. While we are sitting here in safety and comfort and have sufficient food for ourselves and our family, our neighboring people, our world co-citizens, more than 1 billion of them are living in poverty, in hunger, in thirst, no sufficient water, no clean water, no food to eat. Children are dying every few seconds. Statistically, every 5 seconds, one child died of hunger. I'm sorry to inform you all this bad news, but I guess some of you already know, and the truth has to be told. Organic vegan farming is also part of the solution to solve hunger. Small farmers have a spiritual role in veganism as well. The vegan diet itself is a spiritual movement because it is the single most effective way to expand our human compassion and noble quality and loving quality. It can reverse the cycle of violence and bad karmic retribution. As we sow, so shall we reap. And it places us within a circle of love, protection, and mercy from any negative happenings in the physical realm. So the vegan organic farmers support countless others to have this great merit by providing them with food that has minimal or is free of violence. And through that, he surely gains many spiritual merit himself. In many cases, organic farming is not different at all from conventional methods. Not much. So besides some labor, the technologies to become organic vegan don't require a lot of investment. But in case the farmers need help, the government can provide. Because the government subsidizes for meat farmer anyway. So instead of subsidize for meat industry, we subsidize the organic farming industry. So the government can give them vegetable seeds and training on a better ways to farm without using chemical fertilizers, because sometimes the farmers are just not well informed about the harms of livestock raising or the chemicals or the fertilizer or insecticide. They're not informed about a better way to grow vegetable and make more profit. The government can help them implement the measures to conserve the land and improve the quality of their products so that their buyers will trust in them, etc. The government can also set up a certification and quality standardization system to further promote the organic vegan industry. Now, regarding your question on how we can help the small farmers, we can ask the government to support them in becoming organic vegan by letting them know that this is what the citizens want and this will save the world. We can encourage our supermarket, our schools, our company, etc., as well as to consider this healthier, more practical way of nourishing people. Ultimately, as consumers, we, the ordinary citizens, have a lot of power in our hands, and it's up to us to create the demand for the right foods and boycott the wrong ones, the harmful foods, the dangerous foods to us and to our children, the foods that are leading our planetary home to destruction. Instead, we should choose to buy organic vegetable and fruit products to save our lives and those of our families, save the animals and the planet. Even if organic vegan is not yet possible or available to you, the most important first step is to stop buying and eating meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and any animal products. For you and for your family's sake, for the natural resource sake, and to plant the seeds for a better agriculture system for everyone. In this way, not only can all the farmers prosper, we help them in this way, but everyone will prosper and enjoy a long and thriving life. Thank you, Ms. Chamtani, for your very considerate question.
Thank you, Master, very much for your answer.
Some of the benefits of a vegetarian diet: lowers blood pressure, lowers cholesterol levels, reduces type 2 diabetes, prevents stroke conditions, reverses atherosclerosis, reduces heart disease risk 50%, reduces heart surgery risk 80%, prevents many forms of cancer. Stronger immune system, increases life expectancy up to 15 years. Higher IQ saves 70% of a total cost of $40 trillion for reducing global warming. Uses 4.5 times less land to grow food. Conserves up to 70% clean water. Saves 80% of the cleared Amazonian rainforest from animal grazing. A solution for world hunger. Free up 3.4 billion hectares of land. Free up 760 million tons of grain every year, or half the world's grain supply. Consumes 1/3 fossil fuels of those used for meat production. Reduces pollution from untreated animal waste. Maintains cleaner air. Saves 4.5 tons of emissions per U.S. household per year. Stop 80% of global warming. Plus more. Save your life. Be veg. Go green.
Menurut saya seminar tadi baik, sungguh bagus. Terlebih ada telekonferensi ya, begitu lembut juga sehingga kita lihat dengan mata kepala sendiri bagaimana akibatnya. Bahkan dalam hati karena saya datang dengan 5 guru, saya berkata nanti pulang kita praktek. Seminggu 1-2 kali tidak ada daging. Mungkin kita berikan kampanye pada anak-anak. Ya dengan tadi seminggu 1 atau 2 kali tidak ada daging. Jadi kita harus beritahu orang-orang di kantin. Kalau kita menurut Supreme Master Cinhai, saya rasa mungkin dunia akan lebih aman karena tidak ada calamity.
Saya sangat puas, sangat senang dan bahagia, tidak bisa terkira gitu, luar biasa. Saya sangat puas dengan apa yang disampaikan oleh Supreme Master Cinhai.
Menurut Bapak sebagai pengusaha, tindakan apa yang harus dilakukan para pengusaha dalam menghadapi global warming?
Kalau untuk menghadapi global warming, saya akan meluangkan waktu saya sebisa-bisa mungkin untuk melakukan tindakan-tindakan penghijauan, memberitahu teman-teman semuanya agar bisa hemat energi dan hemat semuanya, melakukan vegetarian atau bervegan. Saya sudah menjalani vegan organik baru 3 bulan ya, tapi untuk vegan sudah sekitar 5 tahun saya lakukan. Perkembangan luar biasa, jadi saya sangat sehat sekali gitu. Dalam jasmani saya luar biasa, rohani pun artinya sudah lumayan meningkat lah. Ayo kita be back, go green, save the planet.
Thank you for your warm-hearted presence for today's episode of Words of Wisdom. Please join us again tomorrow for part 6 of Vegan Organic for Prosperity and to Save the Planet from Climate Change. Now, please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for Golden Age Technology, coming up next, right after Noteworthy News. May heavens bless you and your loved ones with much love and abundance.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/WOW.